It's built really well, it works flawlessly. I've had some issues with the darts really decapping quite a bit. The flash is so fast that you can barely even see it on camera. Hello everyone, Brachiosaurus227 here, back to y'all with another review. And today we're looking at something a little bit different, and that is the T238 Burst Tracer Unit. This is a tracer unit for short dart blasters. Let's get into the review. Included is the tracer unit itself, two different barrel adapters, the instructions, which we should be reading on this one, an Allen wrench with what looks like a screw or something like that, and a Type-C charger port. Oh yeah, and some really nifty stickers. They also sent me 200 of their glow darts. So first things first, you want to charge your tracer unit. Just take the included USB cord and plug it into any kind of port, preferably a box, and you want to plug it in right here. And once you do so, there'll be a little red glow coming from the barrel here. And basically what you do is you just let it charge until that glow disappears. It generally, it takes quite a short time to charge. From what I've seen, usually from an hour to 2 hours, so not too long. Alrighty guys, let's get one thing out of the way. This was sent to me for free to review by T238. But all of my opinions will be my own, and I will be completely objective and honest about this product. That being said, let's get started. So a general overview, there's no instruct barrel. I'm sorry, I had to do it. So the type of blaster this thing is designed for is typically a Pro blaster like the Aeon or Nexus Pro X. For this video, we'll be using the Aeon Pro X as the main test example, but I have tested this with all of my Pro blasters and it works very well. It does seem to have some issues with the Nexus Pro X or really high FPS, which I'll get into in a little bit, but let me show you how to set it up. So first you're going to need a barrel, because typically a blaster like this, you can't attach it without some kind of barreling or, collet or something like that. So you can either modify this blaster to use a metal barrel like this one, or if you have the Dart Zone P card, you can actually use this as well. However, I don't know how well this will hold up for long periods of time because it could potentially crack. But if you do use a metal barrel, they actually have a little adapter here that fits the metal barrel pretty well. You have to kind of force it in there. They also give you a threaded adapter. What's that for? Well, basically it's for airsoft and gel blasters, because yes, this is not just a half dart burst or tracer unit. This is literally a tracer unit for all different types of hobbies and gameplays. Half darts, glow airsoft rounds, gel rounds, all the works, which is pretty darn cool. But you want to take the included Allen wrench in the Ziploc bag and open it up. So right here you'll see two screw holes for an Allen wrench, and basically you just stick your wrench in there and loosen them up just a little bit so you can get your barrel moved. So we have our P-car here, and it fits in very, very nicely. You don't want to push it in too much because you still want to be able to read the darts. Tighten it up. We want it tight to make sure it's secure on there, but we don't want it too tight. Once it's on there, make sure it's nice and fit, and there you go. All you have to do now is just mount it onto your blaster. So there are quite a few settings and different things you can do with this. There's actually a muzzle flash, and this is where I will say, if you are prone to seizures at all or any kind of flashes or sensitive to anything like that, I would definitely skip this review because this thing is really bright. So if you are prone to seizures or if you're sensitive to flashing, leave right now. I'm telling you, this is very, very bright. But to operate it, there's a little button here you'll find right above the lights. It's kind of hard to see, but once you find it, you'll know where it is. And you press it once, and it flashes really bright. Now there's a front muzzle flash that actually goes really bright, but you want to hit it again, and you can double tap it, and it'll change different colors of the flash. So you can use all kinds of different colors, but if you want to just use the internal flash to activate the glow darts, all you have to do is hold it down, and there we go. The internal flash is activated. And again, it is still very bright, but you can actually use it. I wouldn't recommend using the other flash in a Nerf war because you could literally blind someone. It's really that bright. The instructions give you a little bit more details on the different settings and stuff, but that's just the basic gist of it. Then you are going to need some glow darts. These are the glow darts that the company sells, the T238 glow darts, and they're okay. I've had some issues with the darts really decapping quite a bit. However, I noticed when I put them in the sun or any kind of heat, the issue was fixed and they didn't decap anymore. But I do want to note, I don't know if I would recommend these darts. They are pretty accurate and they're pretty well made, but I don't know how much I recommend them. Fortunately, I went through the trouble to order 200 worker glow darts, so we're good. But you want to load up your glow darts into the magazine, prime it, and fire. And you get a rainbow flash. And basically what that does is it activates your glow dart and you can see it go really far, and like it also gives it a rainbow effect, which is really, really neat. And then if you want to, hold it down a little bit and that you unlock the internal tracer and you can just have it do a basic glow and no rainbow stuff, which is pretty darn cool. And the flash is so fast that you can barely even see it on camera. It skips frames. But when you do switch back to the rainbow mode, you see it a little bit better. But it's really hard to see this in action when, you know, all the lights are on. Let's take it out to the range in the dark, aka my basement, and demonstrate what this thing does. Now, I do want to note that it's not the best quality or the best looking thing. I have to tinker with the settings a bit to get the darts to show up on camera, but they do work really well. So let's head out there. Alrighty, a quick little note before I get into my final thoughts and opinions. It was pretty hard to show the tracer unit firing, but it does fire really well and it works really, really good. It just didn't show up that well on camera, and there's not much I can do about that. But do I recommend this tracer unit? Yes, I do. This is a fantastic product in almost every single way. It's built really well, it works flawlessly, except when you're doing a little higher FPS on the regular tracer mode, it does seem to kind of not activate the dart all the way. When I shot 200 FPS out of my Nexus Pro X, it seemed to have that little issue. But other than that, again, when I used the rainbow tracer, it worked perfectly, but the internal tracer didn't work too well at 200 FPS. But when you go to around the 150 FPS range, it seems to work way better, which, you know, is good to know. That's the more standard FPS anyway for Pro Blasters. So like I said, I do recommend this if you're into these kind of things. If you're looking for a good tracer, this is a good tracer. It's not my cup of tea, so I'm probably going to give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10 based on my personal opinion. But as a product, it does everything it's supposed to do, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for something like this. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Thanks to T238 for sending this out to me for free. I really appreciate it. This is a great product, and I'm glad to work with the company. They've been around the hobby for years, so I definitely feel honored for them to send something like this to me for a review. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go. No, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.